Hi everyone. So we are going to predict the price of house in Boston using this Python program. So first we have to import all the required libraries: NumPy, Matplotlib, matplotlib.pyplot, pandas, etc. We'll also be importing func animation, lord Boston, mean squared error, also train test split to split the training and the testing data, min max scalar for normalization, etc. So the first step is data pre-processing. So for that we have to load our data into a particular variable, say Boston dataset. Now using DESCR we can describe the features. So here we can see 13 numerical features and we have one target value. So later in the program we'll see that LST80, that is percentage of lower status of the population, is the one that correlates the highest to our target value, which is nothing but the cost of the house. Now you will use this data frame to show this data in a tabular format. So it has got 506 rows and 13 columns. Now we have another data frame to show the target values. You can also perform max and min functions on the target value to get the maximum and minimum values of target respectively. Now, in order to compare the features with the target, we can perform a concat function. So that will basically concat the target value along with this earlier data frame itself. Now we can perform the describe function to provide all the statistics of the features, and we can round it off to 2 decimal places. Now our aim is to find the feature that has the highest correlation with respect to our target values. We'll be using the Pearson correlation. So we take into account the absolute correlation value of the feature with respect to our target. So we'll be zipping the absolute correlation values along with the features, and we'll be sorting this list in descending order, and then we'll unzip it to get two separate list values, and then it will help us plot such a kind of a bar graph. And from this bar graph we can see that LST80, the feature that I mentioned before some time, has got the highest correlation with our target value. Now we will store the LST80 values to X, and we will store the target values to Y. Here we are printing the first 5 values of target. So we have to normalize these values to make them come under a particular range. We will make it -1 to 1. So we are performing this min max scalar function on both X and Y values for normalization. Then we have to split the data into training and testing data sets. So point 2 refers to the fact that 20% of our data is testing data and the other is training data. Now we have very important 3 functions: error, update and gradient descent. So under error, what we use is MSE, that is mean squared error. Now this is actually the main part of the program, wherein we initialize the value of M, C, learning rate, iterations and the error threshold. And we are calling the gradient descent function from here. So it will take us to this gradient function, which basically calls the update function from within this which will help us to update the M and C values so that the error is negligible. So error threshold is the minimum permissible value of the error that we can have. So until the error becomes this error threshold value, update function is performed. This is our update function. So we will get updated values of M and C until the error threshold. So we get the latest value of M and C for our model. And here we have plotted a graph of our model against the training data set. So here the blue color dots indicate the training data and our red color line indicates our model. That is, our regression line has been plotted against the training data set. Now this graph shows you error versus iterations. That is, as the number of iterations increases, our error is reduced. More the number of iterations performed, less is the error. Now is the time to predict the values for a given test data, that is X test, and our target value is predicted underscore Y. So we're using the MSE to find the error of our predicted value against the test data. So using our data frame, we can show it in a tabular data form. These are nothing but the LSTAT values, the actual target and the predicted target values. So as you can see, as X decreases, target as expected increases. So that remains true. Now you can also plot this in a graph with green color showing the test data and red color showing the predicted data. Now we have to revert normalization for the actual values. So we can do that using inverse transform, and we have to remove extra dimension by performing slicing. So that's what we've done here, and we have also rounded, and here is our final result. Thank you.